and I've seen orbs for many years too. And it, like, I thought I was losing my mind. There's so many things that have happened to me in my life where I thought I was literally losing my mind. And I think that's another reason why this conversation is so important, is because not everything is explained through science.
Yeah.
There is so much magic around us. And like, I know that some people who are religious think, oh, like magic, then that means like bad. That means you're doing bad things. But to me, magic and divinity are completely interwoven with each other, because it is the divine spark that creates with our intention. And so when I was very little growing up, I used to talk about the light people. And then for a very long time, I forgot about the light people. But I remembered them when I was in like my early 20s. All of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh, I used to talk to the light people. And I feel like they were angelic. They were just like liquid light. And they would come to me at night, and I would wake up and I would go walking around the house with them, and they would show me how to make things. They would go like this with their hand and make rainbows, and
Hmm.
just do stuff like this. And sometimes they would take me to the faucet in the kitchen or the bathroom and turn on the water, and they would show me how to make rainbows out of water. It
Yeah.
was the coolest, strangest, most awkward thing, because everybody had convinced me that I was imagining these things. And then my father lived in this very, very, very old house that was built in the 1700s. And the original owner of that house was a minister who used to conduct funerals out of the living room. And this house was so beyond haunted. Like, we would just go to the store and we'd come back, and every cabinet in the kitchen would be open. You could
Oh my
go
gosh.
outside. Yeah. Like, there was some
It's
real,
like
like,
Sixth Sense.
oh yeah, no, like there was that. I will tell you that, like, my father, he bought the house, he rehabilitated the entire house, because my father was a contractor. And so I mean, he redid all of the plumbing, all of the electrical, he did like new framework, drywall, everything, except he kept certain original wood, like in the floors and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
not for nothing, but wood is a conductor of energy,
Interesting.
and wood absorbs energy. And when he was doing all of this renovation stuff, it kicked up the activity in the house. And I was terrified. I mean, I was just a little kid. So I would go to sleep at night and I would hear like the creaking of the floor. We had nobody upstairs because it was being renovated. You could hear people walking across the floor. Um,
Oh my
like all
god.
of like it was terrifying.
Did you have like night
It's
terrors? Because my daughter had night terrors. Like, did you freak out?
Um, I remember there were times that I would leave my bedroom and go sleep like on the couch in the living room, because it was just, I could feel people surrounding me staring at me.
My dad still runs and jumps on his bed. And even when we were younger and we had 2 stories, I would hear him like "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do" up the stairs because he always felt like someone was gonna get him. And I'm like, but I got my gifts from my dad's side. So it's just funny because like even though he doesn't really believe in that stuff, I'm like, then why do you think there's something behind you when you know there's nobody in the house?
Exactly. And not for nothing, but these spirits were actually very helpful, because my father was is a reborn Protestant, and he refused to acknowledge. He knew what was happening. This is the most
Yeah.
infuriating thing, is that like it was undeniable. Like, we go to the store, we come back, every cabinet is open.
Yeah.
We go outside to like have a cookout or something. We come in, every light in the house is on, or like just, it was impossible to ignore. It wasn't
Yeah.
faulty electricity. It wasn't like, oh, the wind blew all the cabinets open. Like, that's not what was happening. And so it was like he couldn't really deny it, but he refused to acknowledge it and talk about it, because he said that that was letting the devil in. And that if we talked about it, we would activate a poltergeist activity throughout the entire house. And I was
I
like,
mean
I
I mean,
like
that
need
probably
to,
could be true.
well, it was like,
But, like, it's not I mean, I think that's how it happens in Poltergeist, but it doesn't mean that's how it always happens.
no, no, I've cleared poltergeist activity things. Like, that's not really how it works. you cannot talk about it and still have a poltergeist,
Right.
okay? Um, but I think it was, like, really hard for me because I had nobody to talk to about my experiences. It was just
Yeah.
like, "No, we're not talking about it. I can acknowledge it, but I refuse to talk to you about it and answer any questions or calm your fears in any way." And so, I will tell you that one time my father was looking for a really, really important, piece of mail. Like, he could not find this piece of mail, and my father was not the most organized with his paperwork, but I remember him being very stressed, and for a tourist, that is almost non-existent, and he was very stressed. And he searched, and he searched, and he searched, and he searched, and all of a sudden, he hears, like, this ruckus coming from his bedroom, and he goes into the bedroom, and a bunch of papers have fallen off of a shelf on his desk onto the floor, and on top of all of the papers was the mail that he was looking for. So,
Yeah.
not for nothing, but that tells me intelligent and helpful.
Yeah.
And so, like, it was just a very interesting experience. Um, and I didn't realize that I had like spiritual gifts. I didn't know what those were because nobody ever talked about that with me,
Right.
you know? And then it just kind of like fell by the wayside.